Right. Let me think. Where can I start this story? A long time ago, about the release of Pokemon Diamond, which was in September around 2006, I think, as I had the Chinese copy of it. I went to the store to pick it up, excitedly. I quickly ran back home and turned on my DS and shoved the cartridge straight into the machine. It loaded up like a charm, me sitting there, like a little child on Christmas Day, opening my presents. About mid-2009, I completed the game, got my Dialga, leveled him up to 100, got some new Pokemon, left my others be. Everything was fine in the game. But I decided to use cheats as soon as I got bored of it. I asked a friend of mine to get his dad to add a few interesting effects. Add custom powers to make my game cooler on it, you know? He did it, and when I got it back, something wasn't right. The music at the beginning didn't start, but I kept playing, just believing it was the modding. When I loaded it, I went to my save and entered the game. It wasn't my save. I was in the middle of a mine that was pitch black. I opened my bag. It was all the items that I had played it before, with the same Pokemon, I thought to myself. Maybe James' dad played on it for a bit, but Dialga wasn't the same. I clicked on him and it said, Dialga is depressed. I tried backing out of his profile, but I couldn't leave. It had two options, yes and yes. I had no choice but to click one. Obviously, being excited about the modded game, I clicked the bottom yes to see what would happen. Nothing happened. At the bottom it just said, Dialga is evolving. It went to the evolving screen, and he had to change. When he was done, he was scratched and bleeding. Dialga had blood rushing down him. He had a giant smile and half an eye. A text box came up, not saying what he evolved into, just saying, It's your fault I'm like this. You left me to die. The screen went black and went straight to the mime. Without me clicking anything, it quickly said, Dialga, you splash! The mine quickly lit up. I looked around and saw blood-red walls, and the Pokemon I used most before the game was modded. Pikachu, Ditto, Mew, and of course, Dialga. But Dialga had left my Pokemon group. And that's how he was stood there. There was nothing in my Pokemon group besides a big unknown group saying, dead. 4 unknowns spelling it out. I was creeped off and tried to turn off the DS. It just said, don't leave now, and wouldn't let me turn it off. Smacked it, and got worried as I approached my Pokemon standing against the blood-red wall. I clicked them and they all said the same thing. This Pokemon should keep you alive for a few days as food. I then realized they were lunch. I looked for an exit to the cave and I found a ladder laid on the floor. I clicked A and it said this. The ladder was my only escape. I'm stuck now. Forever. There were some old stairs going deeper into the mine. I went down there and got attacked. I had no choice but fight the attacking Zubats with my unknowns that strangely appeared. It was hard, but I won. When I made it to the bottom of the stairs, there sat an image, a spitting image, of my character's sprite. This was when I got worried. I approached him and talked to him. It said, Red had some harsh words for you. Confused, I clicked A and read it exactly. You ate my Pokemon, children, and wife, and now you must die. It came with 2 options. Fight Red, run away. Since I had 2 unknowns remaining, both weakening, I clicked run away, and then it stopped. The game crashed and let out a high-pitched buzzing that made me feel like my ears were bleeding. It didn't stop. I threw the DS at the wall, which shattered in pieces. I picked up what remained of the cartridge. The DS speaker made one last noise before glitching out. It sounded like, you will die for this, and then it stopped. Dead silence. A cold shiver. That was all. Nothing more. I talked to James' dad, and he said he never touched my profile. He only modded the attack powers and health. I gave him the cartridge a few days later. James's dad moved away. they left James. Gave me the cartridge, shaking. He yelled, "Throw it away! Burn it! Do whatever!" Before storming off crying. That was all. I did as he said and burnt it. I never touched a DS again in my life.